Hey everyone, in today's video I'm finally going to be doing my December 2018 roundup. If you've been following this little series of mine since the beginning of the year, you will know that in January I made a commitment to doing a roundup, so a favorites and empties feature every month for the entire year of 2018. This was to help me not only maintain consistency with my filming, but also to use up a lot of my products. This was a goal on my channel, just to be a little bit more consistent with my posting, as well as using up all the products I have. Even though I did have favorites in my roundups, I made it more of a point to feature more empties. Aside from using them all up, any products that I received from PR and don't really care to use after I've reviewed them, I do give it away to family or friends. And now that my shelves and my collection is just clearing up more and more, I feel better and less stressed out looking at it. Having said that, these are my last favorites and empties for the year of 2018. First favorite, as always, is a skincare item, and that is CeraVe Baby's Healing Ointment. The original CeraVe is not available in Canada, at least from what I've seen in our local drugstores, but I did find CeraVe Baby Healing Ointment, which pretty much has the exact same ingredients. Ever since purchasing this, I've been using it every night after my Klairs vitamin E mask to really lock in the moisture onto my skin. After using the vitamin E mask, I always follow up with a pea-sized amount of this all over my face and neck, and I'm just so satisfied from the greasy glow it gives because it just makes me feel so comfortably moisturized without further irritating my skin, especially now that I'm on prescriptions. Aside from my bedroom where I have a humidifier, in the living room we do not have one. I find when I apply this, that dry, irritated feeling I usually get from sitting in the living room goes away really fast and my skin feels really comforted. I used both Vaseline and mineral oil, and this one just feels a lot better to apply. This is still a bit of a greasy finish, but not as greasy as Vaseline, and I can mix this in with my moisturizer. If you're looking for a good occlusive that also has some skin benefits such as ceramides, you know, it's from CeraVe, definitely give this one a look. Last favorite is a brush, and it is the Sephora Pro Diffuser 64 brush. This brush was recommended to me by my enabling friend, and I am so happy I purchased it, especially during the VIB sale since it is quite expensive. I'm able to use it with any type of base, my thinnest being my MAC Face and Body, my thickest being the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation. Especially with this one, because I found with the Beauty Blender I had to use a lot of this, whereas with the diffuser brush I only have to use a little amount. I can also use this with cream products. I used it with powder products, especially like a finishing powder. I usually tap it in and then set the middle of my face like this. Even though it's a little bit pricey, it's definitely worth the money because I use it for everything and I haven't stopped using it since I purchased it. My makeup just overall looks more blendable and I find it faster to do ever since getting this brush. To my enabling friend, thank you so much for suggesting this brush because I have not stopped using it. You're just so good with the recommendations. That is it for the favorites. Now I'm going to move on to the empties. First empty is Dermalogica's Biolumin-C serum. Out of all the serums I've tried this year, this is probably my favorite one. Even though it has vitamin C derivatives, I found that this worked like how a vitamin C should. It brightened up my complexion, it gave me an even skin tone, it did help fade hyperpigmentation, and what the best part about it is it did not irritate my skin. Despite the hefty price point, I found I was able to skip a lot of steps in my routine since using this. I could just wash my face, put the serum on, put moisturizer, put SPF, and be done with my routine, and my skin would feel very comfortable and moisturized. I also liked that my face felt smooth every time I used this. This pretty much did a little bit of everything for my routine, and it really eliminated a lot of other steps. She'd be pricey, but I definitely think it's worth the splurge if you're just going to use this as your kind of main item in your skincare routine. Next empty is Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream. I've already raved enough about Klairs products, and this is one of my favorite products from their line. Just a really great basic moisturizer, especially if you're someone who is going from oily to dry skin and you're still breaking out and you're not really sure what to use. I found this really helpful when my skin was going through that phase. Benzoyl 5 Acne Wash is probably the simplest benzoyl peroxide acne wash I have ever used. Love that it's a minimal ingredient list. It does have 5% benzoyl peroxide, but this worked really well as a wash and it did not irritate my skin. I feel like with leave-on benzoyl peroxide products, they do irritate my skin a little bit, whereas with a wash and using it for 15 seconds, it works perfectly. If you're looking for a treatment wash, definitely give this one a try. Next empty is CNP Laboratory Brightening Daily Fluid Sun Essential Fluid Formula SPF 50 PA4+. Really like the sunscreen. It was pretty gentle for my skin. It was moisturizing enough, and I found it pretty similar in consistency to Crave Beauty's Beat the Sun. It is almost empty. It is not fully empty. I just decided to toss it because one, I've had it for too long, and two, when I did use it, I noticed that there was a lot of pilling going on my face, so I couldn't use this underneath makeup anymore. At least I used majority of it up, and I really did like the texture. I never featured this in a sunscreen post on my blog just because, one, I can't find an accurate source as to what exactly is in it, and two, it's just difficult to find in the first place and it's not easily accessible, so that's why I never featured it, because I won't even be able to repurchase it even if I wanted to. However, if you are in Korea, visiting Korea, or CNP Laboratory is available for you, definitely give this a try. Last skincare empty is Dermalogica's Special Cleansing Gel. I can't believe how long it took to finish this. I have used it every night since I got it, not last year 2018, but 2017 in October. Even though Dermalogica has a high price point, the fact that their smaller size of the Special Cleansing Gel, it lasted me for around 1.5 years is pretty impressive. And even so, this performed really well. I found a little went a really long way, which is why it lasted for so long. I did consider purchasing this, but then I did get sent to me the Crave Beauty Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser, so I wanted to use that and see how I liked it. Crave Beauty is not available for Canadians right now, and if I'm not able to access the cleanser again once it runs out, I may turn back to this. Last empty for 2018 is Biolumin-C Scalp Revival Charcoal plus Tea Tree Scalp Treatment. So I used to use Phytoparis Phytopolane, and while that worked really well, I just like using this a lot better. It's a little bit cheaper than the Phytopolane. It does come with an extra 5 ml, and I like that I can apply this right after the shower before blow drying my hair. With the Phytopolane one, you had to apply it 10 to 20 minutes prior to your shower, and so because of that, I just find this a lot easier to go to. Another big thing I really liked about this is that I found I didn't have to use it anymore, and it did its job of balancing my scalp. I might purchase this again, however, just because there are some shampoos that have been irritating my scalp a little bit. I do have a small size of Briogio's exfoliating shampoo. So far it's okay, I'm not in love with it. I think this does a lot more for my scalp, but I will give it a couple of more tries just to finalize my thoughts on it. In the meantime, if you are looking for something that will balance your scalp and help rid it of irritation, I definitely recommend this one. Alright, and that is it for my December 2018 roundup. I will leave the total of empties right here once I count everything up. When I last counted before including my December roundup, it was around 50-something products. For me as one person to have 50-something products, I know my boyfriend used a few things here or there, but 50-something products in 1 year, that is a lot of product, but I'm really happy that I really minimized my collection. I gave stuff I don't use away. Either way, I'm really happy that I used all of those products, and that way I could focus more on the things that I actually like rather than buying stuff because of the hype. For 2019, I am going to make more of an effort of using the products that I currently have and refrain from buying anything similar until I use up the previous product. I have accepted that I am the type of person that likes using multiple steps in their skincare routine. I like trying new innovative skincare products. Having said that though, I really should use up what I have so I don't waste my money and I budget better. I hope my 2018 roundup series has inspired you to use up your products as well. For 2019, I won't do a monthly roundup, but I will feature empties when I do have a considerable amount of product to show. And if I do have current favorites that I've been using for a couple of months or more, then I will feature it. Instead of doing a 2019 roundup, or I post a roundup for every single month, hopefully now I could focus a little bit more on what I actually like, so I could do a current favorites and my empties for that season. That is it for this video. Stay tuned for my skincare favorites of 2018 as well as my makeup favorites. And that is it for my video. Please give it a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to my channel down below. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you all soon. Ciao.